Hey guys, Isaiah Symphony Landscaping here. We're doing some videography on the Braeside project, and I want to take this opportunity to talk about stairs. When working with stairs, you actually have legal requirements of what a legal tread height, or essentially the distance from one stair to the next, can be, and that needs to be between about 7 and 8 inches, if I remember correctly from the building code. And so with carpentry, if you're building a set of wood stairs, you can oftentimes average it out. So if you have, 4 stairs and they need to be between that 7 and 8 inch mark, you can average it out and say do 7¼ inches to get the height you need. When we're working with stone, we don't have the luxury of being able to split 1/4 inch between the risers. We're stuck with what we have. So these are 4-inch stones. An example here is we have our cap, and then our Melville, both of those are 4 inches. So we're within legal stair height. If we do 2, we're at 8 inches. But now how do we ensure that we're still at 8 inches at the house as well as with our grade? So that's a little bit of engineering when it comes to the actual grades of the property. Oftentimes you may have to put some slopes or some retention to raise the stairs that you're at a legal stair tread here, 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 and at the door. In this particular case, we ended up having to put a bit of a retaining wall on the one side of the patio, which is in front of me here behind you guys, to bring the whole thing up so that we were at a legal stair height for the door. So one of those little nuances when building stairs, definitely get a contractor who knows what they're doing and knows the legal requirements, as well as just for safety. You don't want to have different rises of stairs, especially if you have older family members or you yourself are getting older. You want to make sure that you have an even tread height, which reduces causes or risks of trips and falls. Another addition that can be done and should be done on most stairs is railing. A lot of older homes have the precast concrete stairs from the 70s and 80s here in Calgary, and they have 0 railing. And so that's a bit of a safety hazard, especially when you have a 24-inch drop on the side of your stair. If it's icy in the wintertime, you step out, you slip, and you trip and fall. So railing is another preventative measure, as well as a little bit of a liability protection, because we don't have mailmen too much anymore, but if you have a mailman or a package delivery happening and they slip, they have a little bit more of something to grab onto in the event that that happens. So railing is another really good thing to think about if you're having a step redone. Make sure that you're including that, especially when you're dealing with stairs that have a bit of height to them. If you have 1 or 2 stairs, you can usually get away without having a railing. As soon as you get above that 24-inch mark, you definitely need to have a railing. And it's always good to have if you have elderly family members. We did dual railings here, as you can see. But if you really don't like the aesthetic of that, you can do a single railing just for functionality and kind of hide it. So those are just some of the things that we wanted to talk about when it comes to stairs. And we had a great example here with the Braeside project of a set of well-built stone stairs and what you should look for when you're selecting a contractor that is doing the work for you. So we'll catch you next time.